Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming. So here today I'm wearing, if anyone's listened to the channel for the last month or so, I've started wearing a towel over my head to make the audio better. I've been told it does make it better. And today I'm wearing a special towel because I'm going to play a game or talk about a game that I think is very special. You'll know from the games I play and the way I talk about different games, there's games that I just do or review because I bought them and I think they're okay. There's games I quite like playing, there's games I've played a lot, and there's occasionally games that I really think are something special. Obviously Watch Dogs Legion, but this game's special in a different way. I just think it's absolutely lovely. It's a game called Othercide. I've had it a long time. It's not a game I just got and I'm talking about to the channel. I've had it a long time, but for some reason I kind of wanted the right moment to make a video about it. So it's a turn-based game, if you've never heard of it. The art style is fantastic. The story and the way it's done is fantastic. I can't think of anything about this game that I would criticise. That's not to say that it's going to be for everybody. That's not to say the thing's fantastic, but there's not a single thing about it that I can think of that should be different, that could be done differently, this is wrong. Everything, that the voice acting is spot on, the music is spot on, the art style is spot on, every single thing about this game is spot on. I understand it's made by a French dev and they've done a fantastic job. So, Othercide, what is it? Well, it's a turn-based game, as I said. You're kind of in a kind of dark, destroyed world with demons. I'm sure there's a better way to describe it, that's how I'm going to describe it. You can see in the foreground there are some characters and they are our daughters. We're playing as a mother, not literally a mother, well kind of a mother, but that's the character, the mother, and we send our daughters to fight the demons, and that's kind of the premise of it. It's slightly more complicated than that, but that's the premise. You can't, unfortunately, in this game play more than 3 saves at the same time. It's a bit like Watch Dogs Legion, which is a bit annoying, so I've had to delete one of mine to do this. I've played quite a few already and deleted them for different reasons, so but I'm going to start a new game. I haven't decided how I'm going to do this. I may just make one video and another video at some point in the future. I may make a little series. It's a really good game. I couldn't recommend this game enough if you like this kind of a game, and if you see the art style and you like what you see. There's nothing, like I said, there's nothing I can say is bad about it, and that's probably the only game I've ever played that there's not a single thing I can think of this should be different that I don't like. This makes it hard, it's just great. So we start a new game and I'll show you how that works. You have 2 choices. You can play in Nightmare, which is the harder mode basically, and when you want to heal one of your daughters, which are the kind of army you're sending in against the demons, you have to sacrifice another daughter to get their health and use them to kill the other one. Or this dream, which as it says is less punishing, daughters only don't die in the same way. You get half your health back every day, and you get a free resurrection token, and what that is you can resurrect a dead daughter for free. You do get chances to get them in the game as well, but they're not that easy to get, but you can. I'm going to play this on Dream simply because I want to show you the mechanics. It's not to do a in deep difficult playthrough, so I'm going to do it in Dream. No, I don't want to do the tutorial again. Okay, that's just, yeah, you just have to press yes. I'm sure it means something technical to somebody, but it's, which seed you want to play, and I'll just play whatever seed they offer me. There's some good lore in this. Like I said, you're playing as the mother. I've seen all this many times. I've played this for a long time. It's a good game to play at night, I'll give you that. It's not scary, but it's atmospheric, and I would recommend playing this at night. It's not a game I ever play in the daytime, although I'm playing it in the daytime now. But like I said, it's not a scary game, but because it involves demons and the art style, I would say play it.
The other has come for the chosen one, and soon the veil will break. The suffering cannot continue.
So it has a very
What will you remember now?
different kind of style to a lot of games. You get these little one-liners that the mother will say, or sometimes one of the demon bosses will say, and there are quite a lot of demon bosses. So there's the game interface, and how it works is you run through different days, and at the end you can see on the bottom line you get different days with what you can call missions. They're actually in the game, they're called synapses, which is that thing there. You can go and fight, and each time you do that you can either continue on the same day or progress a day. If you've got more than a certain amount of daughters, you can keep fighting different synapses. If you've got more than 2 or 3 to fight on the same day, but you can only use one daughter, the same daughter once on each day. That's simplistic, but that's kind of a rough summary. Then you've got the bosses, or the things that happen. So you've got the boss at the very end, which is when you fight a main boss. There's more to this. This is simplistic. It's not as simplistic as I'm making it sound, but I'm just doing a run through. You can do lots of different things in this that are interesting. You can skip right through to the boss if you think you want to start with a boss. So what happens in this game is you go through, and when you finish at the end, whether you die or you succeed, you can come back and start all over again, and you keep some of the stuff you kept from the last run through. So when you start a new playthrough, or they're called recollections, you can jump back, and then when you get into the first boss fight, which is this first one, you could just jump straight and fight the boss. And in my highly leveled playthroughs, then that's what I do. Actually, I probably wouldn't, because I enjoy the fights, but you would, because you win all the fights, but you don't need to level up anymore. But you can theoretically jump through straight to the boss if you want. There's also other little things that happen on the way, like where that little mini looking boss thing is. That might be a mini boss. Sometimes it's little events where you could lose health on that day, so you'll know if you don't jump through to the main boss at the end, by then there'll be an event in the game. And again, I'm simplifying all this just to make it understandable straight up. So you've got your confront the boss, you jump forward. Next recollection, we can't do that because we haven't done anything yet. Next day we've not started the day. So the only other thing you need to know is this, which is Inner Void, which is where our daughters are. And they're our daughters, and they all have really cute and interesting and kind of appropriate names, like Felicity and Sincere and Victoire, and they're also called things like Truth and Peace, and you can actually name your own, but they're called different things, which are really nice. You can resurrect daughters that are dead. We haven't got any that are dead, thank goodness, but
Remember their courage.
when they die you can resurrect them with that resurrection thing. That's the only way you can resurrect a daughter. You can also make a new daughter, and
Give life to our daughters.
costs you 200 in that flame, I can't think what that's called now, but in that yellowy flame thing, and we've got 400. We could make a new daughter. There were 4 classes in the daughters. There are shield bearers, which are kind of melee defense. There's soul slingers, which are guns. They shoot guns. I'll show you what they are. They have guns. There are blade masters, which use blades, and there's another one you pick up later on, which is called a scythe dancer, which has a really long scythe, and they're kind of a larger range melee, but they don't have a shield. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how you would make a daughter, which sounds weird to say, but there you go. And you would just do this. It says germinate daughter. We're using 200 of our resources, but like I said, I'm just doing it. You probably would do this. So there you go. Her name's Mercy. You can change the name if you wish by pressing random, or you can rename her yourself. So we could call her True, or we could call her Hope. We'll go for Hope. And then you go to next. There she is. We confirm that we'll have that. Now on the left you can see the class. We haven't got Scythe Dancer yet because we haven't picked that up. You pick that up by things you do in the game. But we've got the options that we have here. I think the animations are lovely. I think they are spot on for the game. This game is unique in how it looks and how it plays and everything they've done is right for the game. Like I said, it wouldn't be right for every game, but it's right for this game. So it's hard to know which one of these is better. I'm not saying any of them are better. It depends on your play style, it depends on how you're going to play. This one is, Soul Singer is very much ranged, obviously you're shooting guns. This one is very much up front melee, and this one is a kind of tanky one with a shield. Early on it doesn't matter as much because they're all a bit vulnerable. You can see on the right you've got health, so her health is better than her health and her health. I'm going to make her Soul Singer because I will. No, actually I'm going to make a Blade Master. I changed my mind. So we'll do that. We'll have a Blade Master.
Now,
and then if you want, if you press the R3 button, you can change their hair, you can change their eyes, you can change their clothes, you can change the way their shields look. Leo shield looks cool. You can change the little star things around them. And yeah, you can do quite a lot of little things. I think there's a few other things you can do later on in game, but you can do quite a bit of, here you go, more hairstyles. You can do quite a lot of little things to them, which all look cool, and you can make them look very individual. Actually, you look at this kind of design of how the daughters look, and you think there's not that much you can do with them, but trust me, I think the most daughters you can have is 15 or 13, I can't remember, and I've made them all look different, and you do get to kind of know them, if that makes sense. It's a bit like Watch Dogs Legion in that sense. You've got lots of random characters, aren't you, but you can get quite attached to them if you're that kind of person, and you have to be that kind of person, because if you just end up thinking of these as disposable nothings, you won't enjoy the game as much. So there you go, we've made a new daughter, we've made her kind of how we want. I like that look here, we'll go with that. So we'll validate that, and we've got 4 daughters. There you go, we've got 4 daughters, and that's kind of the essence of the game. On the right you can see abilities, which is what that is. You've got skills. Oops, jumped the wrong button, I always do that. You've got skills, you've got stats, and you've got traits. We haven't got any traits yet. You get a lot of those. You can get traits, and then you can you get them by doing things in game. Some of them can be negative a little bit. They usually, even if they're negative, they usually balance off with a positive, and there's some that are very, very positive. You get these skills, and when you pick up things during the game, like orbs kind of, or things in the game, you pick up, they're called remembrances, but what it is it gives you a new ability to add to your already the abilities you already got. So you'll pick up something and it will give you a boost to lunge, and you can add it in there, and it will cost you a little bit to add it in there, a little bit of the yellow flame resource, but you can add abilities, and some of those are amazing. You've got plus 100 damage and things like that, and plus 20 critical and things like that. So there's loads of little bits going on. I'm probably not explaining every part of it really well because there's quite a lot to it, and I'm trying to get through the sort of basics. So that is the basics. The rest of it you would only get to know by playing. I will do a video with some combat, but I'm not going to do it now because I'm aware that this video will get a bit long, and I don't want to make this video long because I want everyone to be able to listen to the whole video and yeah, decide if they like the game. So that is Othercide. Like I said, I think this is a wonderful game. It's the only game I've ever played that I can't think of any criticism for. That's not to say it's my favourite game of all time. It's not to say that I think everyone will like it, but it's the only game I've ever played where I can't find anything in the game, and I played this for a couple of years. I played it often, and I can't think of anything I changed, not one single thing. There's nothing about this game that I think is off, or that could be a bit different. So, Othercide, wonderful game. I advise you to think about buying it if you like turn-based games. Think about buying it if you like unusual games. It often comes up in PlayStation Store sales. I think I got it for $4.99. It's absolutely worth $4.99. It's worth whatever it is full price, like whatever it is, £20, $20, whatever. But anyway, Othercide, I will do another video about this with a bit of the combat so you can see it, and I'll probably do another video at some point showing you how it works later on with one of my further invested playthroughs where I'm much further down the line where you can see how it goes on. Anyway, thanks for watching Guessagaingaming. Till next time, take care for now.